Om Agyanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram. Hare Krishna. So we had discussed about session number 2. You are able to see my screen. We changed the camera had some defect. So I hope you are able to see my screen. You are able to see everything properly.
Yes,
okay.
Prabhuji.
Okay, okay. Our camera had gone for repair. Now it has come back. Okay, so we discussed about in session 3 that how this body is not all in all. Okay, we discussed the reality of our own identity. Yes, anyone would like to say what all things we discussed? Just a little bit of review so that all of you remember what we discussed. Yes, anyone?
Prabhuji, we learned that this body, this life, this situation, we and the world, we are not all in all.
So this is the first thing we discussed. Definitely, I forgot. So there we discussed about the 5 things that Bhagavad Gita speaks about, 5 realities. Okay, so this is first thing, just an overview that 5 realities. And what we were talking about, the first reality, how this body is not all in all. Yes. Anyone? Oh, no one.
Prabhuji, we
yes.
talked about a hardware, software and user, and we focused on the user.
Very good. What is the hardware? What is the software? And who is the user? Okay.
Hardware is our body that is made up of earth, water, fire, air and ether.
Very good. Ruko. Let us, you speak in a passenger train mode, not in a Shatabdi Express, Vande Bharat Express. Yeah, so hardware is our body, which looks like Muskan. Whatever is being visible is what is the hardware. Okay, then?
What is then software is composed of mind, intelligence and false ego.
Yeah, mind, intelligence and the ego. So we will discuss about the software little later. Right? Little later we will discuss how the software works, because it's going to be very interesting to see how the software works. Very, very interesting, right? So, but right now we focused on last class about the user. Yes, who is the user?
Our soul.
Okay. Our soul, right? You are the soul.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, so we are the soul. So it's not that I am different and soul is different. It's not that I have a soul. I am the soul. It's not that I have a soul, right? Like one time I was giving a session, I was telling that we are not this body. Then the other person said, then whose body I am? We are not this body. Whose body I am? So we need to understand that it's not that I have a soul. I am the soul and I have a body. And the body is a very sophisticated machine, just like this iPad which I am using to write. As soon as I am writing, you are able to see. Just see all the machines are connected, the camera is connected, the iPad is connected, you are able to see me, the microphone that is here, I have put it, the Rode microphone that is connected, and that is also able to catch the voice. So everything is working seamlessly because there is a software. We have a mixing software, and here this person is sitting. You are not able to see him. He is like a Paramatma, Bhagwan jaise. He is sitting here. And he is the mixer. He is mixing everything. He is mixing the camera. He is mixing the my iPad. He is mixing the audio and everything, and he is projecting it to all of you, right? So that's why a software is required. So similarly, mind, intelligence, and ego work like a software. And we were discussing more about the soul. So what all things we discussed about the soul?
Symptoms of soul.
What all symptoms of soul? Anyone else? Anyone else? What symptoms of soul we discussed?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Bolo.
Feeling, thinking, willing.
Very good. This is a very important thing we discussed. Soul means he thinks, he feels, and he wills. Just like I was giving example of this, my sofa set. The sofa set is not thinking that where is my darling, where is my Valentine. He'll never think. But any person, I have also not thought, but any person, any sane person, I don't consider myself a sane person, but a sane person would think, where is my Valentine, whom I love? So he has feelings, he has willing, he has thinking power, right? So this thinking, feeling and willing comes from the soul. So anyone asks, what is the guarantee soul is there? What is the guarantee at one point of time humans will make machines which will be like a living body? It cannot make, because the soul is the source of thinking, feeling, willing. We may be able to program, but we will not be able to think, feel and will, right? That will come only from the soul. This is one thing we saw. And then we saw some proofs of soul. Anyone remembers some proofs we saw? What all some proofs we saw?
Past life memories.
Past life memories. Very good. I forgot to put the video. I think someone should remember me, remind me to. Yes, Anju Mataji, you are there. अब मेरे को याद दिलवाइए कि मैं वो वीडियो डाल दूंगा. Some videos I wanted to put, I forgot. So past life memories. Anything else? So some people get reminded about the past life. So that means the body is dead and gone, but the soul remains. Yes, anything else?
Practical analysis like my hand and not I hand.
Practical analysis like my hand, not I hand. Very good. That's also. What else?
Near-death experiences, Prabhuji.
Near-death experiences. Near-death experiences and out-of-body experiences we also discussed. These are certain things we discussed, that how the soul is proven even scientifically. And we also discussed about Professor Ian Stevenson. So this man has done extensive research on past life memories and successfully proven that the soul exists. Professor Ian Stevenson of West Virginia University. That we discussed. So today we will see how the soul is, the knowledge of the soul is relevant in our life. Oh, ठीक है, नया एक information मिल गया. I got some new information that I am soul. Right? Previously I was thinking I am a man. I was thinking I am a girl. Now I am thinking I am a soul. Oh, ठीक है. Oh, what's so great about it? So today we will see how the knowledge of the soul percolates in our daily life. You all know the word called percolate. Percolate means enters. How it becomes relevant, how it enters our daily life and how it is relevant to our life. So today's session is, this life is not all in all. This life is not all in all. There is this life, there is life beyond life, life before life. So what I said, there is life beyond life, and there is life before life. Sometimes we think that this life is everything. What life I am going through is everything. No, we should understand. After this life, there is life beyond also. And before this life, there is before life also. So, today we will see what are the dynamics of the before and the beyond life? What decides the before life and what decides our beyond life and what decides our present life? Okay. So you see this person, I got this video from internet. So this person, if it is trying to throw this, what is going to happen? Ultimately, it is going to come back and it is going to hit him only after some time. So this is, today we are also going to see the theory of karma. I don't know how long we will be able to cover today, because this session 4, we will take 2 sessions. Okay. So we will go slow. It is little technical. You need to have your pen and paper, then only you will be able to understand. It has little bit of mathematics. Okay. Simple mathematics, only arithmetic, addition and subtraction. Okay. Now the first question is, we need to understand, does the knowledge of soul make us hard-hearted? क्या हमको हृदय को कठोर बना देता है? You would always hear many people telling, like last time also one person asked me the question, कि प्रभु जी, whenever I go through some things, people tell me कि this is your karma, you have to go through. So does the theory of soul and the theory of karma make us hard-hearted? So we need to understand that, is Krishna telling to Arjuna that, Arjuna, look, the soul is not dying and the body is always dead, kill. So does the knowledge of soul make us, give us a license to murder, right? So we saw also the story of last class, the story of the director, right? I don't know how many of you remember the story of the director, our director, when I was there studying in IIT. So this director spoke a statement from Bhagavad Gita. The boy was dead and the hospital things have to be improved, and the director was quoting from Bhagavad Gita, anyway, no one dies, the soul never dies. And the people became so upset on the director that they, he was thrown out of the institute. And I don't endorse their actions, but how even Bhagavad Gita can create so much of violence if you don't apply Bhagavad Gita in the right way. And that's how Sankhya Yoga, so we'll go to a little bit of technical. So you will see Bhagavad Gita, whenever the knowledge of soul is told, it is called Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga means knowledge of soul and matter. Sankhya. Sankhya means what? Anyone knows Sankhya? Sankhya. Number. Ganana. Sankhya. Number. Sankhya. That which contains numbers. That which contains Ganana. Counting. Right? So Sankhya Yoga means counting which is matter, which is soul. Which is matter, which is spirit. Which is spirit, which is matter. So just like last class what we saw, there is hardware, there is software, there is user. So we are counting, there is hardware, there is software, there is user. In software also there are a lot of counts. We just spoke about software, but later on we'll see how the software is also very complicated. It's not that simple as we see some software like Windows and Mac. It's not that simple. It's very complicated software. But the Sankhya Yoga involves around this. The Sankhya Yoga involves around the hardware and the software, and how the soul is different than the hardware and software. This is Sankhya Yoga. This whole what we studied last class was basically Sankhya Yoga. People may ask you some technical terms. Arey, tum Bhagavad Gita padhta hai. Bolo Sankhya Yoga kya hai? So you should be able to say this. This is Sankhya Yoga. Counting. Matter kya hai? Matter ki kya hai? Gross matter, subtle matter, and the spirit. Sankhya Yoga means counting matter and spirit. Okay. Now, next, Krishna goes on to the next thing, that is Karma Yoga. Now, what is Karma Yoga? Ye kya naya concept kya aa gaya? Okay. So, you see, there is science and there is technology. Can anyone say what is the difference between science and technology? Any scientific student? Okay, Shruti is a scientific student from IIT Patna. So, we'll ask, what is the difference between science and...
Scientific means the study and the reason behind some phenomenons, whereas technology means using science, creating some appliances.
Appliances, very good. This is a good word used. Appliances. So, matlab, applying science into daily practice is called technology. Correct? Technology means applied science. So, technology is not against science, or science is not against technology. So, science and technology, science is basically the theory, or it gives the principles, and how to apply, that is called the technology. So, in Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna speaks about science and technology. So, the Sankhya, or the knowledge of soul, is the science, and the practical application of it is the Karma Yoga. So, Sankhya Yoga is like science, Karma Yoga is like technology. Okay. So now, how Sankhya Yoga and Karma Yoga is connected? Because before entering into Karma Yoga, that ye जीवन के बाद भी जीवन है, so we will first understand how soul and the next life is. So, like imagine if you are soul, you are not going to die, you are going to be alive. Then the first question, what is the first question that people will ask? Okay, can anyone say? Okay, if I am not going to die, I am going to, even after death, I am going to remain alive. Then what's the question, intelligent question people will ask? Anyone? Let's see who is intelligent.
What exactly will happen if I die, after I die?
What will happen after I die? Right now I am Rishita, in the body of Rishita. What body I will get? Yes, if I am not going to die. See, if I am going to die anyway, gaya, mrityu ho gaya, sab kuch ho gaya, samapt ho gaya. But the point is, Sankhya Yoga, and Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, no one dies. No one dies. So if I am not going to die, so the first question is here, it is put. If we don't die, if we don't die, we will live in some other body in next life. And if I am going to live in the next life in some other body, the question is, what kind of body we will get? Yes. Okay. What kind of body we are going to get? And okay, yes, through our karma. And what decides our next body, and who decides our next body? These are some intelligent questions. मैं अगर मरूंगा नहीं, मैं अगर जिंदा रहूंगा, if next life I am going to be alive, then what situation I will be alive? First thing. And second thing, who decides those situations? What are the parameters? How do I decide? Like for example, if I am currently staying in a 2 BHK flat. So if I am staying in a 2 BHK flat and in future I want to be in a bungalow, what we have to do? Can anyone say? आप अभी 2 BHK फ्लैट में रह रहे हैं एंड आपको बंगलो में रहना है, क्या करना पड़ेगा आपको? हे, हाँ, amazing. You don't have answer. All of you are like self-realized sages. You don't want bungalow or what? Huh? Huh? Yes.
We earn more, save more, Prabhuji.
Yes, we have to have money, na?
Yeah.
We have to have money. Right now, I have the money to pay for this 2 BHK flat. If I want to go for a bungalow, I need to have more money. Right? So, immediately you know. And then you also know how to earn that money. Okay, I have to go for a promotion. This Calcutta salaries are less. I go to Bangalore. And in Bangalore also salaries are less. Dollar value is high. So, I will go to US, get some dollars and then invest a property in Calcutta. That is easier. So, you also know the parameters in which you can earn money, right? So, similarly, if I am right now in a 2 BHK flat, this body, okay, which is not so beautiful, not so handsome, not so nice. So, then I need a handsome body. I need a good body. Then who decides how do I get the next body? So, in this way, in our practical experience, we experience karma in life. A newborn child, when he's born, you will see some people have happy and loving parents. Some people have unhappy and dull parents or fighting parents. Like for example, I had one junior in IIT when I was studying. The whole 4 years, this junior used to not talk with anyone. किसी से वो बात नहीं करता था. I used to wonder, क्या है? What is his problem? And sometimes in the college, he will not go to the institute, and he will sit down on the top of the table in the room and बैठ जाएगा, and he will not eat anything, and he will be depressed. And we were concerned that he should not hang, and we were like he was like the center of attraction, but he will not speak to anyone. After 4 years, first time he spoke to me, and he used to tell his story that first time he spoke, maybe for the first time he has spoken to anyone. And he was telling how his parents used to fight, and he had no friend. He used to always have insecurity in their childhood and all. And I used to tell him story that, look, when I had such parents, and I used to think, my goodness, I never saw my parents fighting. I got so much of love from my parents. So this is karma, right? A person, like I am also in IIT, he is also in IIT, right? We may have the same intelligence level, but someone is getting happy parents, someone is getting some unfortunate parents. How many of us have chosen our parents? None of us chosen our parents, right? We didn't choose our parents, right? Similarly, we don't choose all these things. How many of us chosen the skin color? None of us. Like I remember, I have 2 sisters, okay? And one is little my color, and one is this color, jo picture mein laga hai, fair color. And they had little bit of friction. Who is beautiful? And then I remember when I was in class 6, a very wonderful advertisement called the Fair and Lovely. And the Fair and Lovely was launched. And when Fair and Lovely was launched, this sister, who had little darker skin, she was so happy. Oh, now I'll put Fair and Lovely. I'll become fair, like my elder sister. And then my elder sister said, look, this Fair and Lovely will create pimples in your face, and it will trouble your face, it will destroy your face. Then my sister got an idea. What idea? I will purchase Fair and Lovely and put on the face of my brother. And if this brother changes and nothing happens, then I will apply. So much Fair and Lovely was applied to my face by my sister. You see now the situation. How I become fair? It is neither I am fair nor I am lovely. That's why I remained like this. So, point is, no matter how much ever you see advertisement, this Fair and Lovely, that lovely, whatever fairness we have, whatever darkness we have, it is Deva Datta. It has Daiva Datta. It has come before our birth. It is written in our matha. Ki itna usko rahega. Similarly, sometimes we may work very hard but still not earn much money. And some people may not work much hard and may earn a lot of money. Some people are handsome, some people are not handsome. So who decides all these things? Because we don't choose all these things. We may choose a job, wife or husband, car or house, but we don't choose parents, we don't choose our intelligence, we don't choose our beauty, we don't choose our family, and there are many more things which you don't choose in life. So what are the parameters by which we get all these things? And that is the science of transmigration. If you remember, we said that we will discuss about what happens in death, what is mrityu and what is mukti. Okay, I have put these pictures, you see. Okay, so what happens at the time of death? So this is, let's say, body 1. So here is the soul, that is we ourselves, staying in the subtle body. This is basically the software. This is the hardware. Okay. So the soul is using the software as an interface to handle the hardware. Hardware को चलाने के लिए software पकड़ा हुआ है, right? Okay. So he uses the software to handle the hardware. At the time of death, you see what happens. The soul only comes out of the hardware, but still remains this in the subtle body. And this stage is called the ghostly stage or the Preta Atma stage. So one is called the Atma and another is called the Preta Atma. How many of you have heard the word Preta? You know, Pretatma hai wo. Pretatma hai. Right? We have heard the word Pretatma. This is the meaning of Pretatma. आत्मा और प्रेतात्मा में अंतर क्या है? आत्मा आत्मा है, प्रेतात्मा मतलब उसका हार्डवेयर नहीं है, सॉफ्टवेयर है. Now how do you think, what do you think, अगर हार्डवेयर नहीं है सॉफ्टवेयर है तो क्या होगा उसका? अगर आपके पास हार्डवेयर नहीं है सॉफ्टवेयर है, हाँ?
You can take someone else's body.
हाँ, they want to enter the hardware of others. Very good. What is your name?
Nipun.
Nipun, huh?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So they want to enter the hardware of others, and that's why these bhoots, the ghostly beings who do not have a hardware, they keep on handling how to enter the hardware. Now, what these tantrics they do? How many of you have heard the word tantric? So the tantric लोग क्या करते हैं? तांत्रिक लोग उनके साथ टाई अप करते हैं कि अरे तुमको शरीर चाहिए, मेरे को काम चाहिए, ठीक है? So it is like subtle terrorism, like what other countries are doing now. India is fighting, you know, we don't want to name. So it is like subtle terrorism. So the tantric do tie up with, just like you give supari to someone to kill someone. So तांत्रिक क्या करते हैं? इनके साथ टाई अप करते हैं, ये सब लोगों के साथ, ये प्रेतात्मा के साथ. Now प्रेतात्मा, they say that okay, we will give you a body, we will make you, force you enter a body, okay, by our powers, right? And then we will get things done by you. So then the tantrics are basically who handle the pretatmas. They do tie up with the pretatma because they are always wanting. Like the pretatma, what is the situation of a pretatma? They want to drink tea, but they don't have a body to drink tea. They want to see movie, but they don't have a body to see movie. That is basically the ghostly being. So when one dies, he first comes to this stage of pretatma. This is a temporary stage. This is not a permanent stage. And how much period? कितना पीरियड ये प्रेतात्मा स्टेज में रहेगा? Depends on your how much sinful you were in the body one. Like I'll give an example. Like someone also asked last time कि प्रभु जी this प्रेतात्मा कितना दिन के बाद उसको नेक्स्ट शरीर मिलता है? Someone I think asked, you know, okay ठीक है प्रेतात्मा हो गया, फिर नेक्स्ट शरीर कब मिलेगा? I'll give an example so that you understand. So sometimes people in they do like this, that they purchase a third class ticket and they enter the third class AC. Third class ticket and third class AC alag hai. The general ticket they purchase, they enter the third class AC, and then they try to escape the TT and all, somehow escape the TT, and somehow TT catches you. And TT ko, as soon as the TT catches you, say, oh, sorry, sir. I will give the money. I'll give the money. Tell me how much money is the third class AC? So the TT says what? Okay, so you purchase the general ticket in 30 rupees. The AC is of 500 rupees. So the TT says you have to pay 470 rupees. Definitely. Plus, you have to pay some fine. How many of you understood? Huh? Now the person says, "Arey, why you have to pay fine? अरे मैं तो पूरा 470 रुपए नगद दे रहा हूँ थर्ड क्लास AC का ट्रैवल करने के लिए." Na, you broke the rule. That's why you have to pay fine. And then he pays fine, and then he is again allowed to stay in the third class bogie. So exactly in the same way, sometimes who become the pretatma and who do not get very easily body are those people who commit suicides, those people who do murders. So if you do suicide, what you have basically done? Your lifespan was, let's say you are supposed to live till 75 years. And you committed suicide till at the age of 35. Okay. At that time you killed yourself. So your actual expiry date was 75, but you killed yourself at 35, and then the 40 years minimum plus some fine. 40 साल तो मिनिमम है, भूत बन के रहना पड़ेगा, plus a fine you get. Maybe that fine is decided by other factors, how much fine and everything, and you have to remain in the body of Pretatma. Sometimes people murder others. Like someone has is going to have was having a lifespan of 30 years and उसको आप 15 साल में मार दिए, तो 15 साल का पनिशमेंट आपको मिलेगा प्लस सम फाइन मिलेगा. 15 साल तक आपको शरीर नहीं मिलेगा. क्यों? क्योंकि आपने किसी और की 15 साल को घटाया. You are able to understand? In this way, how long the person will remain, the soul will remain in the Pretatma stage is a very big question. It is very difficult to understand. But once the Pretatma stage is over, okay, the punishment is over, the person goes through a karma swipe. What is karma swipe? How many of you have seen the ATM card? ATM card has a magnetic tape, the black tape. Okay, we will go to animals also. Very good question. So the black tape, and the tape contains all the data. So this subtle body, all the data is stored in the subtle body. And as soon as the soul goes through the karma detectors, like all the devatas, the people, they have karma detector. As soon as you enter it, everything comes out, right? All your Janam Kundali, everything is written down, right? And then based on whether whatever karma you have, whatever data is stored, you will enter another body, okay? Or if you are a criminal, then you are given some more punishment in Yamalokas and all these things. And then you go to another body, you get a gross body, separately gross body. So all this data, all this big data which stores what all things we did is stored in our software. Whatever we do, whatever we speak, everything is stored in our own software only. हमारे मन में ही, हमारे बुद्धि में ही भगवान ने रिकॉर्डिंग डिवाइस दबा दिया है. जस्ट लाइक हियर यू आर रिकॉर्डिंग द क्लास, वो रिकॉर्ड कर रहा है. जो मैं बोल रहा हूं वो रिकॉर्डेड है. सो सिमिलरली एज सुन एज वी आर बॉर्न, कृष्णा पुट्स, भगवान क्या करते हैं, वो रेड बटन दबा के छोड़ते हैं. एंड देन वो चलता रहता है, वो डेटा स्टोर होता रहता है, होता रहता है, होता रहता है, होता रहता है, होता रहता है. एंड एवरीथिंग व्हाट एवर वी आर डन, एवरीथिंग इज स्टोर्ड. ओके, लाइक ए CCTV camera, everything is stored, and all the data is stored. And when we die, we go through swipe machines. Very wonderful machines are there, and it is very difficult to understand how the data is handled. How the data is handled. And that's why we will recite this verse. Krishna is speaking about karma. Karmano hyapyabodhabhyam. Hey, anyone? Anyone recite? Don't fear. Even if it is wrong, no problem. Oh, yes. Recite, open. Don't fear. You may commit mistake. Very good. Bodhyabhyam cha vikarmanaha. Akarmanascha bodhabhyam. Gahana karmano gati. Krishna says Gahana karmano gati. कर्म को समझना गहना है. गहन मतलब कॉम्प्लिकेटेड. So what is karma? what is vikarma, what is akarma, all these things we will see what are all those things in the later part of the class. But whatever it is, we need to understand karma is not so easy. To understand our karma, exactly what karma because of which I am suffering, it's very difficult to handle and understand. But we will try whatever Krishna has made us understand in Bhagavad Gita, उतना से हम समझने का कोशिश करेंगे. Okay? Okay. So this is the first thing we will see. Okay. How the karma works. Little bit of mathematics, little bit of credit debit system. The first thing which everyone has misconception in India is punya karma and papa karma, the bad and good, they are plus and minus, and then what will happen? If plus plus minus, so I will get something around a resultant. Everyone in India thinks like this. So Krishna first of all tells ye galat hai. It's not that you went to an orphanage, and in orphanage you did some very good pious activity, you gave some food to the poor and to the poor children and all, and you gained some 30 plus units of good karma. And then what you did? You went and murdered someone, and you got 200 minus. And generally what we think, what I am going to get is 170 मेरे को जीवन में मिलेगा. Minus 170? No. This is the first thing you need to understand. ऐसा नहीं काम करता है कर्मा. Right? This is the first and most horrible misconception that all Indians have. हम पाप करेंगे, थोड़ा पुण्य करेंगे. I see in our temple only. You know, many businessmen will come. बहुत काला धन किया है. आपको ही केवल बता रहा हूँ प्रभु जी. I am only telling you, बहुत काला धन किया था. बट शुद्ध आप ये धन ले लीजिए प्रभु जी, शुद्ध कर लीजिए इसको, शुद्ध कर लीजिए. बहुत बहुत किया है, मत बोलिए किसको. And then I say this. And then वो पैसा लेके वापस चला जाता. ठीक है स्वामी जी, अगर नहीं हो पाएगा ठीक है, वापस लेके चला जाता. So people think what? I will earn a lot of black money, and then I will earn 1 crore black, and then 5 lakh I will give to temple. Then what will happen? That 95 lakh जो है मेरे पास वो white हो जाएगा. ऐसे नहीं होता है. आपका 1 crore black रहेगा और 5 लाख का आपको व्हाइट का कुछ क्रेडिट्स मिलेगा. That is the first thing we need to understand, that punya account and papa account, they are different. Hare Krishna. They are two different bank accounts only. They are two different, or we can say two different trees. This is the punya tree or the punya account, and this is the papa account. And you have to experience both papa and punya. They don't nullify each other. They don't nullify each other. When you are charitable, when you are feeding to poor, when you are feeding in shelter homes, so you are actually depositing in your punya bank account. And when you are having a comfortable home, good job, obedient children and all those things, you are getting reactions from your punya bank account. And when you are cheating anyone, murdering anyone, stealing anyone, you are putting again in your impious bank account, and you are getting diseases, poverty, troubled children, all these things you are getting. So this is added. You have to experience this, you have to experience that, and both added is called sanchita karma. Okay? So this is the final balance. Final balance means आपने पाप कितना किया? Let's say this person, इसका final balance ऐसे होगा 30 plus 200 is equal to 230. It will not be 170. It is not 170. It is 230. And in that 230, 30 is of pious category and 200 is of impious category. This is what. So don't think that I will do all nefarious activities and then I will attend Bhagavad Gita class or go to some temple. सब हो जाएगा, ठीक हो जाएगा. नहीं, जो आपने किया है वो किया है, वो आपकी 200 में गया है, अभी 30 को बढ़ा रहे हैं, right? So we need to understand that papa and punya do not cancel. Sanchita karma means it is some amount of papa and some amount of punya. So when you die, you have a unit that you come out. You have some 200 papa and 30 punya, and that both together is called punya. And just like any bank account has a credit system, you credit and you debit, this papa and punya karma also works like this. There is debit and credit system. Okay? And then we will go little bit about the mathematics behind how this karma works. Okay, so please at least take out some pen paper, otherwise you will go little haywire. Okay, little bit of, because karma is all about calculations. Okay, so little bit of, we need to understand how karma works. And already Krishna has told in this verse, what Krishna has said, gahano api, this is complicated. So अगर आपके पास पेन पेपर रहेगा, थोड़ा सा सिंप्लीफाई होगा, जितना सिंप्लीफाई करने हो सके हमने करने का कोशिश किया है. हमने अपना आईआईटी दिमाग थोड़ा भगवान ने जो दिया है उसको यूज करके थोड़ा सा सिंप्लीफाई करने का कोशिश किया है. बट आप इसको सीखिए, ये आपके जीवन में बहुत हेल्प करेगा. आप इन योर रेगुलर लाइफ इट विल हेल्प यू अ लॉट. ओके, सो दिस संचित कर्मा दैट वी स्पीक अबाउट, ओके, they are of two categories, prarabdha, aprarabdha. How many of you have heard in your regular terms, prarabdha uska kharab hai, prarabdha kharab hai? How many of you have heard this Sanskrit term, prarabdha kharab hai? Oh, none of you, huh? Okay, some Rishita ko pata hai. This girl knows. Prarabdha kharab hai uske, prarabdha. There is something called prarabdha in a karma and something called aprarabdha. We will discuss what it is. Prarabdha kya hai? Aprarabdha kya hai? Prarabdha means very simple. Prarabdha, जो मेरे को अभी मिला है, प्रेजेंटली जो मेरे को मिला है, प्रारब्ध. प्रारब्ध प्रकृष्ट रूपेण अब्ध, मतलब प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन में whatever I am going through is called prarabdha. Present situation मतलब this life. Okay, let us say you have 100 units of karma and these 100 units are mixed. There is some papa also, this is pious also, impious also, both mixed. So this 100 units will get divided into 60 and 40. Something will be 60 units, that is you are going to suffer this life. Some things will be aprarabdha, it will be stored for your future lives. अप्रारब्ध मतलब मतलब आगे, आगे, आगे का शॉर्ट फॉर्म, आगे प्रारब्ध होगा, वो आगे प्रारब्ध जो होगा वो है अप्रारब्ध. अभी जो मिल रहा है, अब्ध, अब्ध मतलब मिल रहा है, वो है प्रारब्ध. वट एवर यू आर गेटिंग नाउ इज प्रारब्ध. आगे जो मिलेगा वो है अप्रारब्ध. सिंपल है ना, आसान है. अप्रारब्ध मतलब आगे जो मिलेगा आपको. ओके, एंड प्रारब्ध और अप्रारब्ध कैसे हम जान पाएंगे? प्रारब्ध जो भी हमको इस जीवन में मिल रहा है, वट एवर वी एक्सपीरियंस इन आवर करंट लाइफ इज प्रारब्ध. एंड हाउ डू वी एक्सपीरियंस अप्रारब्ध? मेरे को कैसे पता चलेगा अप्रारब्ध है? अप्रारब्ध कम्स इन द फॉर्म ऑफ खुजली, इंक्लिनेशन. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू नो खुजली? Like some person, he is born in a very good family, very good family, but somehow he has a adat of stealing. Like I remember one of my batchmate, he was in school. He was a very good, he was from a very well-to-do family. They were from very good family, and there was no dearth of finances in family. But somehow or other, he would steal in the class. किसी का इरेजर ले लेगा, पेंसिल ले लेगा, एंड किसी का कुछ मिल नहीं रहा है, मतलब इमीडिएटली द टीचर पहले उसका बैग ढूंढेगा एंड उससे मिलेगा. So this is called aprarabdha. Though his prarabdha is very good, he is born in a very good family, but because his aprarabdha is bad, his khujli is bad. चोर प्रवृत्ति उसमें है, उसको चोरी करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, फिर भी चोरी करता है. जरूरत भी नहीं है चोरी करना. मम्मी पापा उसका पास जो इरेजर है बहुत अच्छा इरेजर है, बट दूसरों की सस्ता इरेजर चोरी करता था फॉर नो रीजन. This is called aprarabdha. Aprarabdha matlab your inclinations in this life. I'll give another example. You will be able to understand. All students will be able to understand. How many of you have experienced that भगवान ने आपको बहुत टैलेंट दिया है, बट पढ़ने का मन ही नहीं करता है प्रभु जी, पढ़ने का मन ही नहीं करता है, किताब खोलने से ही नींद लगता है, मन ही नहीं करता है. That means your buddhi has come from your prarabdha and your laziness is coming from your aprarabdha. You are having inclination of not studying, you are having inclination of not working on your talents. Like I have seen, like one boy I remember in my school time, this boy was so brilliant. He was so brilliant. I used to be number one, he used to be number two, always, right? And then he got some aprarabdha in his life. He had some inclinations, because of which he used not study only. And his father used to come and cry in front of me. I was a counselor from my childhood only. I used to always counsel all my friends also. अरे पढ़ ले रे भाई तुम, क्यों ये कर रहा है? But then he used to tell me, मन ही नहीं करता है, किताब देखता हूं तो नींद लगता है, and I don't feel, मेरे को जब भी किताब देखता हूं मन ही नहीं करता. And he had such intelligence. So this is how we can see in our regular life prarabdha and aprarabdha working. You will also see, there is another example I'll give you. I'll give a lot of examples so that you understand. There was one man, I think 5-6 years before I had met that man. That man is very wealthy, high class. I have, over the years, I have met such wealthy people, and I have come to know that all the wealthy people are miserable. And that has made me to happily stay what I am. जितना पैसा है ना, like generally when you go and meet wealthy people, they show off their wealth and they show off, wow, you know, क्या ठाठ है इसका, देखो Mercedes से निकल रहा है. People have taken me in Mercedes and they have cried in the Mercedes, and I have नहीं बोचार मत रो भाई. People have taken me in Audi and initially they would start the talk, स्वामी जी कैसा लग रहा है, and I said बहुत नीचे लग रहा है, you know, the Audi car is very down, and ये कार 300 किलोमीटर में जा सकता है स्वामी जी, बहुत अच्छा है. And then they will tell all these things about the car, and slowly from car they will shift to their ahankar and their vikar, and their all frustration they will tell, and then they will start crying. So this wealthy person was telling that he was telling about his son. His son, in 4 years, he squandered 12 crores of rupees. I was thinking 12 करोड़ हमको मिल जाता, मंदिर बना देते, हम भीख मांग रहे. 12 करोड़ वो 4 साल में उड़ा लिया, right? So now this is called prarabdha and aprarabdha. Like his prarabdha is very good. He has got a very good father who is well to do and all. Now he can use that 12 crore to create another business, correct? And increase the money. But what he is doing? And then I talked with the boy, said, स्वामी जी मेरे को पता है मैं गलत काम कर रहा हूं. खुजली होता है स्वामी जी, पता है ये क्या करें? खुजली कहां से हो रहा है? खुजली अप्रारब्ध से हो रहा है. योर अप्रारब्ध creates the khujli in your life. Whatever you may have be very intelligent, but you may not be able to use your intelligence properly if you have wrong aprarabdha. Okay, so in this way prarabdha and aprarabdha affect our life. Prarabdha is what we are getting, aprarabdha is which we will get, but that effect we see in our this life. So now we will go to some case study so that you will understand कि कैसे काम करता है. Okay, okay, so we will see. This is let's say Ramesh. I hope no one is Ramesh here. Okay, let's give some other name. Bango. Okay, let's give some name which is not traditionally Indian, otherwise we don't want to offend Ramesh here. Bango. Okay, I hope no one is Bango here. Who is Bango? I hope no one is Bango. Okay, Bango. So let's say Bango. So Bango, he started his life with 100 units. I have kept simple mathematics so that you understand. He started his life with 100 units. And it was, now later on we will decide who decides this division. आपके मन में क्वेश्चन आता होगा ना कि प्रभु जी 60 इस साइड क्यों, 40? How many of you have this question? इधर 60 इधर 40 क्यों? ये डिसाइड कौन करता है? ये बाद में हम देखेंगे कि 60 इस साइड 40 इस साइड क्यों होता है. ओके, बाद में देखेंगे. अभी उसको थोड़ा सा कार पार्क में रख दीजिए. तो वो डिसाइड हुआ कि 60 यूनिट उसको प्रारब्ध मिलेगा एंड 40 यूनिट उसका अप्रारब्ध मिलेगा. और 60 यूनिट जो प्रारब्ध है उसमें से 50 जो है उसकी पुण्य है एंड 10 यूनिट उसकी पाप है. एंड जो अप्रारब्ध है 35 यूनिट उसकी पुण्य है एंड पाप यूनिट उसका 5 है. नाउ यू सी व्हाट इज अप्रारब्ध लेवल. अप्रारब्ध में आप देख रहे हैं कि उसकी पुण्य पाप से ज्यादा है. यू आर एबल टू सी. तो उसकी खुजली क्या होगा? उसकी खुजली क्या होगा? पुण्य पाप से. हाँ,
Decrease.
नहीं, खुजली क्या होगा? What will be his inclination? His punya in aprarabdha. Good inclination, very good. He will have very good inclination. You are able to understand now how the aprarabdha works in our life. He will go to temple. He will want to give charity. He will abstain from bad habits. उसको भगवद गीता क्लास बोलेंगे दौड़ के आएगा और वीडियो भी ऑन करेगा. ओके, जो वीडियो ऑफ किए हैं वो भी अप्रारब्ध अच्छा है, बट वीडियो ऑन करने से और अच्छा हो जाएगा. सो ही विल वेरी गुड इंक्लिनेशंस ही विल हैव, राइट? सो व्हाई? बिकॉज हिज पुण्य इज ग्रेटर देन पापा. हुज अप्रारब्ध लेवल. इन हिज अप्रारब्ध लेवल हिज पुण्य इज ग्रेटर देन हिज पापा. And that's why he will have good inclinations in his life. Now we'll see another case study. Okay, so we will go ahead with this case study and see how things work in his life. Okay, so his life begins. Okay, so we will do a little bit of timeline of his life. What is time now? Oh, 12 baj gaya. I think we will end here and next class we will start because it will take 1 more hour to explain everything. Okay, I hope this is becoming interesting. A little bit of mathematics. What to do? Krishna has given me some intelligence like this, little engineering intelligence. I'm trying to use all my engineering intelligence in Krishna consciousness, bhakti mein, kisi tarah adhyatmikta mein. I don't think you would have heard any lecture like this about karma. But I tried to make as simpler as possible. Especially at the end of next session, you will come to the conclusion why bad people go through good times, why good things happen to bad people. You will be able to understand this. Everyone has this question. मैं इतना अच्छा हूँ स्वामी जी, मेरे साथ ही ऐसे क्यों होता है, मेरा ही ऐसे सब होता रहता है. So we will see many case studies, like 2-3 case studies we'll see, and we will understand that. Anyone has any question? Okay. Anyone has? Okay. Okay, there is one question in the chat box. I will answer that and then I will take Sruti's your question. Okay. So this side, huh? Okay, go down. Go down. Okay. Is this applicable? Why bad people get all? Yeah. So that question will be answered. I know that question will come. Is this applicable when we kill animals also? Yes, it is applicable when we kill animals also. When we kill animals, we also get we get also papa. Okay. So there is a category of karmic reactions. Okay. So in animals also there are categories. So if we kill cow, we get the maximum of the sinful reaction, and if we kill other animals, we get less reactions, and if we kill trees, we get the least reaction. Why we get least reaction when we kill trees? Because the trees have less consciousness, they get less pain. They also get pain, but so that's why it is advised to be vegetarian, so that our further karmic account is reduced. Our papa account is very much reduced, right? So whatever, whomever you kill, anyone you give pain, the basic principle is not about killing. Okay, here I will read. So the basic principle is not about killing. The basic principle is, here I'll write. The basic principle is, you give pain, you will receive back pain. You will give pleasure, you will receive back pleasure. Simple. ये है principle. So don't complicate murder का क्या है कैसा है. No, you give pain, you will receive back pain. You give pleasure, you will receive back pleasure. But in that also, whom you are giving pain and how much you are giving pain, that will determine how you will receive and how much you will receive. Imagine you gave pain to a terrorist. Then also you will receive pain, but you will receive less pain. But you gave pain to a very saintly person, who is a very nice person, you will get more pain. It will be amplified. You are able to understand? So in that way, you give pain, you will get pain, but this getting back pain is not proportional. It also has other parameters. Whom you are getting pain, whom you are giving pain, how much pain you are giving. Similarly, whom you are giving pleasure, how much pleasure you are giving, that will determine how much you will get back. Okay? Okay, go back, go down. More, anything else? Go down. Okay, yes, Shruti is saying, Hare Krishna, what about people who get murdered? Yeah, that we will also see. Yes, you had some question. Anyone has any question? I think.
Prabhuji, recently Mahakumbh was organized and it is believed that the path gets washed away. So is it true, and does that affect our pious and impious?
Now you have asked me a controversial question. Very good. You have checkmate me on the Mahakumbh. This is a Mahakumbh question. Okay. So there is a little bit of understanding about akarma also. Okay. So here you see there are three things mentioned. Karma, bikarma. You see in this verse what Krishna is telling? Karma, bikarma, and then there is something called akarma. Correct? So हमको केवल पता है पुण्य कर्म, पाप विकर्मा. सो पुण्य और पाप ये नलिफाई नहीं होता है, पर हम अकर्म करेंगे तो ये नलिफाई करता है. पुण्य को भी करता है, पाप को भी करता है. ओके. नाउ अकर्म क्या है वो लास्ट सेशन है हमारा. ओके, दैट इज द एंड ऑफ द भगवद गीता बेसिक सेशन कि अकर्म क्या है. तो आज हम जो देख रहे हैं वो है कर्म विकर्म, पाप पुण्य. बट पाप पुण्य के परे भी कुछ है, वो है उसका नाम अकर्म. सो वी विल सी हाउ अकर्मा वर्क्स इन आवर लाइफ, एंड उसमें हमको पता लगेगा कि महाकुंभ में जाके क्या करना था. आपने अगर महाकुंभ में सही काम किया है तो आपका कैंसिल होगा, अगर सही काम नहीं किया है तो भी आपका कैंसिल नहीं होगा। ओके, ऐसे नहीं कि महाकुंभ चले गए तो कैंसिल हो जाएगा। महाकुंभ में जाके फोटो खींच रहे हैं और कैसे स्टॉल लगा है, कहाँ कहाँ स्टॉल लगा है, कितना बिजनेस हो रहा है, अच्छा गवर्नमेंट का अच्छा मुनाफा हुआ, तो ऐसे सब करने से आपका नलिफाई नहीं होगा। क्या करने से होगा, अकर्म क्या है वो हम देखेंगे बाद में। इज किया? So there is papa, there is punya, and there is something called beyond pap punya, that is akarma. We will study in the end, last session का वो है हमारा अकर्म, last session है। Anyone else? Okay, here there is a question.
Can I ask?
हाँ, yes,
Can I ask?
yes, सरोज माता प्लीज। हाँ,
प्रभु जी, ये जो लास्ट वाली लाइन सिर्फ आपने जो बताई, इसका जो परसेंटेज है, I just want for if you can repeat and
okay, I told. So here आपने देखा होगा 60% जा रहा है प्रारब्ध को, 40% जा रहा है अप्रारब्ध को, करेक्ट? तो मतलब ये 60:40 में डिवाइड हो गया, करेक्ट? नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज, ये ऐसे क्यों डिवाइड हुआ? ये 50-50 में क्यों डिवाइड नहीं हुआ? 30-70 में क्यों डिवाइड नहीं हुआ? सो दिस डिवीजन, इसका जो मैथमेटिक्स है, इसको सीखने के लिए थोड़ा और समय लगेगा, वो हम लास्ट में, इस सेशन की लास्ट में हम उसको पढ़ेंगे। ओके, ये जो डिवीजन है ये वो पूछते हैं, धृतराष्ट्र और कृष्ण के बारे में एक बातचीत है, महाभारत में आता है, वो बातचीत से हम समझेंगे ये डिवीजन 60-40 क्यों होता है, इसमें क्या समस्या है। 50-50 कर दो, 100 ही कर दो प्रारब्ध में, बाकी 0 कर दो अप्रारब्ध। कोई बोलता है ना, भगवान सब अभी दे दो, जो दे देना अभी दे दो तो भगवान, और नेक्स्ट लाइफ खाली कर दो मेरे को। नहीं, भगवान की भी थोड़ा दुख हमको समझना चाहिए। भगवान की क्या दशा है, दुख है, हमको सब कुछ प्रारब्ध में देने के लिए। वो एंड में सुनेंगे हम, धृतराष्ट्र भगवान को यही प्रश्न पूछते हैं, कृष्ण को यही, कुरुक्षेत्र युद्ध के बाद। Oh, this division he has got, na? This division he has got. So he has got in his life 50 plus 35, that is 85, and 10 plus 5, this is 15. उसका ये पुण्य है, ये पाप है। ये पुण्य को ऐसे डिवाइड हो गया और ये पाप ऐसे डिवाइड हो गया, वो उसकी अर्जित है। हाँ, नहीं, प्रारब्ध अगर 50 गया तो उसका बचा है 85 से बचा है 35। सो यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड, ये 100 is 85 plus 15. This 100 is 85 plus 15. How this 100 has, next slide I will add this small concept. Now I understood what is your confusion. So this 100 has come from 85 plus 15. ये पहले से उसका था, वो 85 वो खुद अर्जन किया, 15 भी वो खुद अर्जन किया, ठीक है। एंड थ्रू अदर पैरामीटर्स इट वाज डिसाइडेड, उसका जो 85 पुण्य है, 50 इस जीवन में उसको मिलेगा, 35 नेक्स्ट जीवन में मिलेगा, और उसका जो 15 खराब है, 10 इस जीवन में मिलेगा, 5 नेक्स्ट जीवन में मिलेगा। Okay, good. Thank you for asking the question. I missed it out. This is इधर थोड़ा, नहीं इधर लिखा है तो, हाँ इधर लिखा है। वही मैं सोचा मैं गलती कैसे कर दिया, इधर लिखा है 85 plus 50. No problem. Anyone who ever missed it, no problem. Okay, next question. Who control our karma? Yeah, who controls our karma? वो भी हम पढ़ेंगे, थोड़ा सा वेट कीजिए, सेशन खत्म नहीं हुआ है, नेक्स्ट सेशन। So in last session with one question, session was ended. Yes, I will give you opportunity. Just इधर एक question है. One question was ended like, if body is dead, soul is alive, when can we murder? The question was, so this is, so body is dead, soul is alive, but we do not have right to throw the soul out of the body. आप घर में रह रहे हैं प्रीति? Right now you are staying in a home.
Yeah, yes.
So you are paying for that home, either rent or it is your home. Can I go and throw you out of the home?
No.
Did I do anything to you? मैं तो आपके घर को कर रहा हूं, मैं आपके घर को मार रहा हूं, घर को खराब कर रहा हूं, आपको कुछ नहीं कर रहा हूं। ऐसे बोल सकता हूं? नहीं, आपका घर है। तो इसी तरह आत्मा को घर मिला है, भगवान ने आत्मा को घर दिया है 50 साल उधर रहने का, उसको आपको 35 साल में निकाल देंगे तो 15 साल की आपको पनिशमेंट मिलेगा। ओके ओके, नेक्स्ट। यस रश्मि, यू वर आस्किंग अ क्वेश्चन।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हाँ
प्रभु जी, आप कर्म इट मींस फ्यूचर लाइफ जो भी इसी जन्म में है?
नहीं, फ्यूचर लाइफ मतलब ये जन्म गुजरने के बाद अगला जो शरीर में। हाँ, नेक्स्ट जन्म, आप नेक्स्ट जन्म।
एंड बाय चांस इफ वी आर एंट और कुछ हमारे पैर के नीचे आ जाती, दैट इज आल्सो कंसीडर्ड पाप।
या सो वी कैन नॉट नलिफाई एंटायरली पाप, हमको पाप करना ही पड़ेगा। वी आर फोर्स्ड टू डू पाप। एंट को मारने से भी पाप होता है, बट इसीलिए हमको अकर्म भी करना चाहिए। अकर्म महत्वपूर्ण है, पाप हम छोड़ ही नहीं सकते हैं। मैं इधर सांस ले रहा हूं, 1 घंटा में भगवद गीता क्लास देके सांस ले रहा हूं, कितने सारे बैक्टीरिया मर गए। भगवद गीता क्लास देते हुए मैं पाप कर रहा हूं। यू कैन नॉट अवॉइड पाप, यू कैन नॉट एस्केप पाप। सम पीपल आस्क, कॉकरोच को मर जाते हैं, क्या होता है? मॉस्किटोज मर जाते हैं। हम कॉकरोचों के प्रति एक संघार, let's say, we don't want to eliminate cockroach from the planet, but at least we have to eliminate cockroach from our house. Right? So you cannot, otherwise they'll create diseases. So now cockroach को मारने से, eliminate करने से घर में पाप लगेगा? जरूर लगता है, मना नहीं कर सकते आप। इसीलिए भगवद गीता में भगवान बोलते हैं 5 प्रकार की स्लॉटर हाउस, कसाई खाना आपके घर में है। There are 5 slaughterhouses in your house only. You cannot avoid it. You are already doing 5 types of murder every day in your house. But what we can do akarma. That we will see in the last class. Okay? Okay. As army kill the opposite country's army. Prabhuji, what about soldiers who kill terrorists? Because they are called atatai. They are called atatai. So if a mosquito is roaming around and you go and kill the mosquito, then you get the karma of killing the mosquito. But if the mosquito is sitting on your body and you kill the mosquito, then the mosquito is called a terrorist, atatai. And atatai, if it is killed, terrorist is killed, you don't get karma. Okay? There are 6 types of atatai. There are 6 types of atatai that is mentioned. Terrorist is also defined, huh? You cannot tell he is a terrorist. Okay? So 6 types of atatai is, first one, who gives poison to you in your food or try to murders you by giving poison. Second, he tries to burn you alive or put some weapon, ammunition, जैसे terrorist लोग करते हैं ना, suicide bomber आके मारते हैं, that is also an atatai. The third one, who abducts your any relative, wife, children, or who are dependent on you. Kidnaps, abducts, is an atatai. Okay, let me remember the 4, 5, 6. Not remember. Next class I will tell. There are 3 more. Okay? कृष्ण भगवद गीता में ये श्लोक में आता है कि आतताइना. Arjuna is telling to Krishna, oh Krishna, I will not like to kill the atatai, I will get karma. So in that it comes, the 6 types of atatai. So poison, burns, abducts. Pandavas, the Kauravas were atatais for the Pandavas. So if you kill the atatais, terrorists, you don't get karma. Okay? What will happen? Did they get pain? Means I don't understand. Oh, go up. I think the question. Okay, what will happen? Did they get Nipun? I am not understanding your question. Who will get pain? Oh, as the army is killing the other party. Oh, no, they will not kill pain. They are atatais. So if you kill the atatais, you don't get pain. Rather, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, if you kill a terrorist, if a king, if a king or a soldier kills a terrorist, the soldier gets punya karma of killing the terrorist. So forget about getting papa karma. If the soldier kills a terrorist in an encounter, the soldier gets punya karma. So Krishna is telling to Arjuna, Are Arjuna, you are telling you will not kill Karna, you will not kill Duryodhana, you will get papa. Have you forgotten Dharma? Dharma says if you kill the terrorist, you will kill the Atatai, you will get punya karma. And you are telling papa, ulta bol raha hai tum. Like that Krishna says to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita first chapter. What is inclination of life? Inclination of life is khujli. Khujli means what is your proclivity, what you think. Like for example, I gave an example, you have lot of talent, you have lot of good memory, but you have inclination not to study. This is called inclination. You have lot of money, but you have inclination to not use the money positively, but use the money negatively. This is called inclination. पैसा है मतलब आपका अच्छा कर्म किया पिछले जीवन में, प्रारब्ध बहुत अच्छा है इसलिए पैसा है. पर पैसा को अगर गलत जगह लगाने का खुजली हो रहा है मतलब आपकी अप्रारब्ध खराब है, खुजली खराब. समझ में आ रहा है? You are able to understand, right? Some people I have seen, they have such talent. When I was studying in IIT, one boy was there. I was number 1, he was number 2. After 4 years, I was number 1 and he was not even number 10. वो उसको जॉब ही नहीं मिला. He got into such bad habits. My goodness, drugs, ये वो क्या he went through. He went through a lot, and he didn't got a job also. He was crying after 4 years how he got into drugs and all those things. So that means he has got a good talent because of his prarabdha. How he can become topper, he was the institute ranker. But then he screwed up his life in the next 4 years. Why? Because his inclinations were not proper. From where these inclinations are coming? I also studied in the same college. I was his batchmate, but still I didn't got affected. Why he got affected? Because aprarabdha. Now can anyone say, aprarabdha मेरा था इसीलिए मैं क्या कर सकता हूं प्रभु जी, अप्रारब्ध खराब था? नहीं. Krishna has told how to protect yourself also from your aprarabdha. ये भी बताया गया. Okay, yes? Yeah.
Yes, so the prarabdha and aprarabdha is dependent on our current actions or the previous actions from the previous prarabdha. How these are defined?
So prarabdha and aprarabdha, this division is determined not by us. What is determined by us is this. What is this? 85 plus 15. ये हम डिसाइड करते हैं. ये जो 100 हमारे पास संचित है, इसमें पुण्य कितना है 85 एंड पाप 15 है, ये हम डिसाइड करते हैं. ये हमारे हाथ में है. पर इस 85 का कैसे डिवीजन होगा, कितना इस जीवन में हमको मिलेगा, कितना अगले जीवन में मिलेगा, जो ये 50-30 का रेशियो है, 50-35 का रेशियो दिख रहा है ना इधर, ये 50-35 का रेशियो हम नहीं डिसाइड करते हैं, ये ऊपर वाला डिसाइड करता है. उसका भी इक्वेशंस क्या है हम लास्ट में पढ़ेंगे. इज दिस क्लियर? हम क्या डिसाइड करते हैं, ये 85 प्लस 15. आपने ये अर्जन किया, यू हैव अर्नड योर 85, यू हैव अर्नड योर 15. करने के बाद 100 होके आप शांति से मर गए. फिर 100 में कैसे डिवीजन करना है, वो देयर आर सॉफ्टवेयर्स, देयर आर लाइक प्रॉपर इक्वेशंस आर देयर, उसमें वो डिवाइड होके आ जाता है आपके पास. ओके ओके, नेक्स्ट. हरे कृष्णा. यस, देयर इज सम क्वेश्चन हियर. गो अप. आई थिंक वन क्वेश्चन, लास्ट क्वेश्चन विल रिमेन. गो अप, ऊपर जाओ. हाँ, if we equally have to suffer good and then why we are told, this is very nice question. अगर हमको पुण्य पाप को सफर करना ही है, एकादशी क्यों करते हैं, भगवद गीता क्यों पढ़ते हैं? बिकॉज ये सब अकर्म में जाता है. इसके बारे में हम लास्ट में पढ़ेंगे. ओके, अभी अकर्म के बारे में ज्यादा क्वेश्चन मत पूछो. पाप और पुण्य नलिफाई नहीं होता है, अकर्म अलग है. अकर्म क्या है बाद में देखेंगे. सेम क्वेश्चन लाइक श्रुति इज आस्किंग, फिर हम क्यों जाएं, क्या उसको बोलते हैं, कुंभ मेला में क्यों जाएं? जाओ भाई कुंभ मेला में, नहीं तो योगी जी हमसे गुस्सा हो जाएंगे, क्या पढ़ा दिया, कुंभ मेला सब बंद कर दिए. अब सब कुंभ मेला में जाके खुद भी खुश रहिए, योगी जी को खुश रखिए, मोदी जी को भी खुश रखिए, हमको छोड़ दीजिए. के हरे कृष्णा. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय. कर्म योग की जय. हरे कृष्णा. भगवद गीता स्टूडेंट्स की जय. हरे कृष्णा. Thank you. Hare Krishna.